Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to a new cycle on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Uyi Agumofwebe, reminding our viewers that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times 276. You can download the Global TV Nigeria mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our 247 broadcast. President Bola Tinubu has inaugurated a major road upgrade in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. The president, in company of the Deputy Senate President, Senator Jibrin Barau, APC National Leader, Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje, and other dignitaries, commissioned the newly completed 30.4-kilometer stretch linking the A3 junction at Pai Town through to Gomani, part of the border A2 Pai Gomani corridor in the Kwali Area Council. Our correspondent Godwin Sunday has details.
In a ceremony marked by ribbon-cutting fanfare, President Tinubu unveiled this vital route design to boost connectivity between satellite towns and the city center. The project, spanning from A2 Junction to Pai to Gomani, will significantly reduce travel times and stimulate economic activities in the farmers in Pai and neighboring communities already experiencing the benefit of this development. Easier access for produce to market, improve school-run conditions, and enhance commuter safety. President Bola Tinubu thanked the Minister of the FCT and emphasized the need for farmers to seize the opportunity within Kwali Area Council.
The road, the infrastructural development, benefits of our people. Indeed, this progress we continue to elevate our lives if this administration will continue to prioritize infrastructure in all zones, particularly in Wike and his team. You are doing a good job for the underserved rural areas.
Speaking at the event, the FCT Minister, Barrister Nyesom Wike, called on
with the kind of support you've given to us to achieve all this result. You see, you can give somebody an appointment.
A2 Pai Gomani corridor, including the A2 Pai Junction section, stretches approximately 30.4 kilometers. Contracted to Zavesed Construction, the project highlights the FCT administration focus on competence and follow-through. Godwin Sunday, reporting for Global Television News.
Thank you, Godwin. President Bola Tinubu has underscored that in the current democratic dispensation in Nigeria. The president spoke through the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, at the 70th Anniversary Gala, Award Night and Book Presentation of the Nigeria Union of Journalists, NUJ, held at the Sheikh Musa Yar'Adua Center in Abuja. Tinubu said till date. The presidency has slammed the former Jigawa State Governor Sule Lamido over his remarks on President Bola Tinubu's role in the pro-democracy struggle. He says his claims that the president only joined the struggle after the formation of the National Democratic Coalition was false, revisionist, and historically dishonest. The presidency further reaffirmed that the president's pro-June 12 credentials, noting that he never at any stage deserted the battles he joined at the onset when he was a senator. President Bola Tinubu has handed over Mada Bio of Sierra Leone, expressing confidence in the region's continued path toward peace, stability, and prosperity. Kekalomo Okere has details.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu described his tenure remained deeply humbled by the trust and support extended to him throughout his two-term tenure. President Tinubu noted the political and security challenges the region has faced in recent years, while calling on leaders to remain committed to evolving needs of West African citizens.
As you return to your respective countries, let us remain resolute in our sincere to deepen our protect our people and live a prosperous, secured, and united with
economic development. He reaffirmed his commitment to the region, shared mission, and urged continued unity among member states.
While wishing all delegates a safe return to your various destinations, I declare the 67% of ECOWAS authority of head of state being closed as I hand over.
In his acceptance speech, President Bio of Sierra Leone, the newly elected chairman of ECOWAS Authority of Head of State and Government, outlined 4 key priorities. Acknowledging the complexity of the current moment, the Sierra Leone leader noted that West Africa stands at a crossroads, grappling with terrorism, illicit arms flow, political instability, and transitional crime, particularly in Sahel and Coastal Coast. He pledged to lead a renewed, people-centered, and action-oriented ECOWAS in the face of unprecedented challenges and opportunity for the West African region.
The ECOWAS trade liberalization scheme, regional infrastructure, and cross-border value chains must become engines of job, trade, and resilience, especially for our women and our youth.
The ECOWAS Authority's 67th Ordinary Session closed with the symbolic handover of the emblem to the incoming chairman. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
Thank you, Kike Lomo. The Senate has announced a comprehensive 2-day zonal public hearing on the proposed amendments to the 1999 Constitution to be held simultaneously across the country's 6 geopolitical zones. The President of the Nigerian Senate, in a statement signed by Ismail Moderate, chapter of the Association of Local Government of Nigeria, President Bola Tinubu in the 2027 general elections. In a statement issued to journalists in Sokoto by the State Association's chairman and executive chairman of Tambuwal local government area, Abbas Shehu Tambuwal, he clarified that the statement made by Argon Secretary and Chairman of Kebbi Local Government Area, Abdullahi Yerima, was purely his personal opinion. Following President Bola Tinubu's directive to form a peace committee to find lasting solutions to insecurity in Benue State, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, has begun consultations with traditional rulers to interface with the people of Benue South Senatorial District. Felicity Indere has more. We'll bring you that report later. The Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET, has forecast a mix of sunny, cloudy, and rainy weather conditions across the country from Monday to Wednesday. In its weather outlook released in Abuja, NIMET predicted sunny skies with patches of cloud over the northern region during the morning hours. The agency said by afternoon and evening, isolated thunderstorms with moderate rain would be expected in parts of Taraba, Bauchi, Gombe, Kano, Katsina, Sokoto, Adamawa, Kebbi, and Kaduna states. This is Global Television, and you're watching the live broadcast of News Segment for Economic Growth. Details coming shortly, plus foreign and sports stories on the other side of this break, please.
Do you know that Global Television can be watched in Nigeria and all over the world?
Download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to watch Global Television real-time from around the world. What are you waiting for?
Start downloading and stay connected to Global Television.
Thank you so very much, everyone, for staying with us. President Bola Tinubu has commissioned over 9,000 agricultural mechanization equipment as part of the federal government's Renewed Hope Agricultural Mechanization Program aimed at transforming Nigeria's agricultural sector and achieving food sovereignty. Speaking during the launch in Abuja, Tinubu reaffirmed his administration's commitment to modernizing agriculture and making it more attractive, particularly to the youth. The president stated that the federal government is taking a monumental leap forward with the introduction of the state-of-the-art agricultural equipment under the Renewed Hope initiative, noting that it is a bold step toward achieving complete agricultural independence. The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, says the ministry is at its third phase to achieve a rapid growth in the economy for increased investments in Nigeria. Edun made this known at the 2025 second quarter citizens and stakeholders engagement on the implementation of presidential priorities and ministerial deliverables meeting. Our correspondent Sharon Ajay was there for us.
The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, stated that while there's an increased gross domestic product growth of 3.4%, the industry is faced with the need to achieve 70% per annum, with the aim of pulling Nigerians out of poverty.
Real GDP growth is on the right trajectory, but that 3.4%, even 3.8% is not enough. That is not the aim, that's not the objective. And that's not the target of Mr. President. It is instead to achieve in the nearest future a GDP growth rate on a sustainable basis of somewhere near 7% per annum. And why that figure? That would be more than double population growth.
Speaking on the need for adequate funding for the small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, as well as entrepreneurs in order to boost the market economy, the minister emphasized on the need to achieve the efficiency in identifying and managing the federal revenues in the federal purse for the benefit of Nigerians.
Small and medium-scale businesses, entrepreneurs, service providers, manufacturers are the backbone of this market economy, and they have been provided grants, they have been provided low interest loans, mainly through BOI, as well as larger scale loans for the medium-sized enterprises.
He highlighted the working plans achieved by the industry in the oil and gas, health and power sectors, as well as NEL Fund. Sharon Ajay reporting for Global TV News.
Sharon Ajay there for us. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, has announced the opening of new compressed natural gas CNG stations in Abuja, Ibadan and Abeokuta as part of efforts to scale up access to cleaner and more affordable energy alternatives. In a statement shared via its official X platform, NNPCL said it is expanding clean energy access one city at a time. The Bank of Industry has announced the launch of its sustainable finance framework to drive inclusive and climate-resilient growth in Nigeria. The bank described the framework as a strategic blueprint that establishes a strong foundation for aligning the bank's financing activities with global sustainability and leading environmental, social, and governance practices. The divisional head of public relations of the bank, Theodora Amechi, says the framework is designed to empower Nigerian enterprises and align with the industry's 2025 to 2027 corporate strategy, which prioritizes long-term development impacts, environmental stewardship, social inclusion, and the creation of shared value while addressing both national and global challenges. Now time to take the news broadcast global. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has had lunch with King Charles III at Windsor Castle, Buckingham Palace, after he arrived in London ahead of the NATO summit in The Hague. A police statement says Zelensky, who is seeking to show up support for his country more than 3 years after Russia invaded, visited the king in order to raise support for Ukraine. The Ukrainian leader, who flew into London earlier, is due to meet British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, among other officials. The European Union top diplomat has warned it would be extremely dangerous should Iran shut down the crucial Straits of Hormuz, a trading route over U.S. strikes on its nuclear sites. The European Union foreign policy chief, who joined the diplomats from France, Germany and Britain for talks with Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi in Geneva last week, said the European outreach would continue. He noted that as European foreign ministers met in Brussels for talks with the Iran-Israel conflict high on the agenda, concerns of retaliation and this war escalating are huge, especially the closing of the Strait of Hormuz by Iran. China has urged Iran and Israel to de-escalate to prevent the spillover of their war as fighting between the two foes raged for the 11th day. The Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Guo Jiakun urged the parties to the conflict to prevent the situation from escalating repeatedly, resolutely avoid the spillover of war and return to the path of political resolution. Aerial assault raged between Iran and Israel early Monday, while Tehran vowed retaliation over the bunker buster bombs American warplanes unleashed at the weekend on the 3 nuclear sites. Donald Trump has floated the possibility of leadership change in Iran as after his team said replacing the Iranian government is not the aim of U.S. attacks. Iran's military has vowed a decisive response after Trump said U.S. strikes caused monumental damage to Iranian nuclear sites. The United Nations nuclear watchdog calls for a ceasefire in order to inspect the damage. Meanwhile, the Iran's foreign minister is in Moscow for talks with Putin about common challenges and threats. The UK's foreign secretary is among those urging Iran not to escalate its response. And now to sports. Portugal will be without key midfielder